my Hispanic world leaders. We're so happy to have B. Taylor with us. He doesn't need much presentation. You already know him.
Yes.
He's just singer, composer, writer. I don't know. He's also a person who gives his heart to the community, never stopping to care for others. And we're so honored to have you here.
Thank you.
And we want to share with you some of the work that he has been doing, because he doesn't say much about it, but we want him to speak now, to share with the audience. What are you doing with the Latinos? And we know you have a next trip to Guatemala. Please share with us.
Yeah, so I've been having Latino friends since my time in the military and sports. And so I've, through my One Life organization, I, help the Latino communities throughout the country, Texas. I live in Nevada, Arizona, donating to the youth, donating to the less fortunate Latinas and their parents and things. And Guatemala, going to be going over to Guatemala. The government requested me and the president and Jairo Tacam, the Guatemalan correspondent, for the state, requested me to come over and speak to the many thousands of youth and Latinos and about the opportunities in the U.S., following President Trump's mandate of how to come over here to have an opportunity and talk to them about service and just and being positive and staying focused in God and how you can make it if you put God first, and education, how important education is. So I'm excited about that. So.
Yeah, it's so important now that we can talk to the youth, because those are the generations that have been more harmed with all this content that doesn't really represent the values of their nations, right?
Right, yes. And so, that's why, I'm able to be here. I'm partnered with Moms for America here, one of the premier sponsors, Kimberly Fletcher. One of my songs that I have called We Are One, God, Family, and Country, my new record. We shot it with all the branches of the military, all the VAs involved, Homeland, the Coast Guard with Homeland Security, first responders, and the NFL. And the song features myself, Chapel Hart from America's Got Talent, country group, my girls, and Jay Michael, my brother, the country artist. And we filmed it, and this is what it's about. We are one, God, family, and country. And so I'm partnered here, and the Trump advisory team, who's helping me to work even more as a Goodwill Global Ambassador and be for face of recruiting with Secretary Hexbeth's office and the great nominee Undersecretary General Tatum. So that's why I'm here, and this song is going to be the theme for Moms for America, and you guys are going to see it. It's a new unity song with my label, with me and Sony, and really partnering and pushing this positive values and hopes and representing our heroes, like you said, our troops and our veterans and everybody in this country, really recognizing them and the kids understand your life's not over when you serve the military. I came in as an E2, and I've been able to live my dream to get an opportunity to get my education, perform, the NFL, now be signed to music and have awards and work with some of the greatest people in the world. So.
Well, such an amazing lifetime and adventurous life. And we're so honored to have you, because we know that you give this from your heart. And the fact that you say that President Trump gave you a mandate to do all this, what does it mean for you?
Oh man, it's an honor. When I was allowed to shoot this video, the Department of Defense and VA have been so supportive of me. I made that commitment to Secretary Danzig and Admiral Vern Clark and Admiral Mullen when I met them, that I was going to represent the military, and it just worked its way up to over the course of the many mentors of generals and admirals out of the Joint Chiefs and, Secretary's office. And that's what I'm just here. I never really got into politics. I'm about kids and of all denominations and how I can better them. And I'm about our nation's heroes. And that's something both sides of the line need to be together on. The country needs to support our heroes as number one, and the country needs to support our children. The best opportunities that our children can be great in what they do, and that's of all races, not black, not white, like everyone. And so that's what I represent, and that's what I am, and I lead by faith with my, keeping the trust in the Lord no matter what it is, as my dad's a pastor. and my mom, and that's what they taught us. God comes first. You know.
It's just so inspiring the way that you bring God to your life and how you share it with others through your songs, through all the work that you do to others. Regarding that part, what do you feel like? When was the moment when you felt like, okay, God is first thing in my life?
You know what? You know, I felt it. I couldn't remember. So as a baby, you know, when it was crazy, I was born in Air Force Academy Hospital, and my dad was bringing me home. I stopped breathing, and my dad did CPR, brought me back. But then when they took me to the hospital, I was very pigeon-toed. They had to re-break my feet, and they had casts, and the doctors was like, I would never walk straight. I ended up running and playing sports. So, you know, God was working with me then, you know, and my parents grew up, and, you know, my parents had two house fires, lost everything. And my father, his just faith, that's my parents are my role models. His faith in God and his strength was unbelievable. And so, you know, I really saw that then, but then I saw it, not going too much to college, but the military, when I was away from my family, and, you know, how I had to really depend on God, because I had never been away from my parents and everything like that. So I depend on God, you know, to do this. And then coming into a music business in Hollywood, that was so different, because when you come in positive, you know, Hollywood's known for doing different stunts and bunch of negativity, and that wasn't me, and I wasn't never going to change. And so I had to depend on God to say, God, how could you bust me through? I'm here with these Motown icons who are positive. The military support me, the leadership, my great family, and I got a chance to be this platform in entertainment, and I don't want to do negativity. I don't want to be out there doing publicity stunts and negativity. I don't do drugs. I don't do none of that stuff. So how can you, and you just put your faith, and he exalts you past that. God said, I'm bigger than Hollywood, you know? And so that's what I'm glad I stepped to my brand, and, you know, people can respect me. When they see me coming, they know I'm the military. When I'm doing shows or I'm doing anything, they see I bring veterans. I bring military. I make them VIP. I make them as they feel as they're the star. They ask me that. They're like, man, you have us backstage. You have us at the Super Bowl. I said, because I serve with you. You guys are supposed to be VIP. So, you know, the whole industry, whether it's sports or music, they know me as that military veteran that supports, as a goodwill ambassador that puts them first before my music.
That's really so inspiring and heartwarming, because I know like for the lives of all these veterans, it has not been easy at all.
No.
And we know they do it for others, totally altruistic, totally for others, totally for service.
Yes.
So having you like someone to share this time with, I think this is just amazing.
Thank you.
What are some of the stories that have moved your heart regarding some veterans? Like,
oh man, you know, guys, just the missions that they've done, leaving their families, just, you know, man, I got my nonprofit, for example, and we have 20 called One Life organization, and we have like this alternative wellness and therapy. So we got yoga therapy, you know, service animal, fitness. I'm partnered with, I got Tom Brady, TBRX, Tom Brady's fitness partnership, Gronk Fitness, you know, you name it. I wanted to give them high-end programs, and just the fact that they can come through these programs and they're like, man, we don't have to pay for this, and B's got us on these high programs, and our heroes experience, where like I told you, I take them to the Super Bowl. This was my 5th year to the Super Bowl experience, and I to do the, you know, different games and NFL, and they're like, you know, so those are the stories. When you hear the stories, it's like, it just makes me push even more that, you know, you don't, like when you come out of the military and you learn these great skills and you learn service and you learn how to work as a unit and a team. I'm telling every soldier out there that don't change. That's what puts us first. That's what made Snoop's brother and Snoop's mom bring me to Snoop. That's what made the Motown legends sign me, the greatest artist in the world. It was my military, the value. So to those out there that service, keep those traits, and it's going to put you in the room where you want to be. And to those that are coming in and recruits, your life's not over when you serve. It's just beginning. The military will put you in positions and give you the greatest opportunity to succeed if you go in there with the right mindset. And I'm a product of from the bottom to where I'm at now. So it's a wonderful mechanism to get a great start and learn over 800 jobs and just become anything you want to be while serving with the best organization and the most powerful organization in the world.
Yeah, totally. It is just very like when you see others putting their heart into something, it's just contagious. I just feel there's just like a synergy going around all the community.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you feel it's going to be expanding? Have you felt the difference now that President Trump got into power and that he has like more?
Yeah, it's different. He's where for me being working with the DoD, he's the commander in chief. So he's the commander in chief now, and so for me, it's to try to work with our administration so that I can help in recruiting and the messaging and using my platforms to help keep our nation safe. Because when recruiting is down, that's the issue of national security, and we want to keep an all voluntary force. We don't want to go to a draft. So he's the commander in chief, and it's for whether you like it or not. It's for you to work with President Trump and the energy and understand what he's trying to do. And that's my thing. I don't get into all the other stuff. My thing is to work on the youth and to work with our heroes and veterans. And if I got to work with the commander-in-chief of President Trump, then that's what, I'm going to do. And you got to get ready for him because the energy is up when it comes to him, He's a movement. He's a deer. We'll never see something like that, So, I'm glad that I got to experience this and, with Moms for America and people like you, with moms being so close, moms run this, moms take care of us. They have kids, they run the household. A lot of these mothers are Gold Star moms.
Yeah,
a lot of these mothers have active duty military that their kids are away from them or their moms are veterans. So for me, that was my heart. And, Kimberly's about moms and she's about God. And so anytime anybody comes to me and wants to talk about the Lord, the way I was raised up, that's striking to me. So, it's a great thing. And I'm glad to be able to come and experience this as well.
Thank you so much. Taylor, final message to our Latino community.
Hey, to my Latino community, I love y'all, man. It's been great. I've got a chance to, work with some great Latinos, open up for Pitbull and different people in the Latino community. So I'm excited, and you guys keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all help build this country. And to my Latino youth, you can make it. Just put God first, study hard, and become whatever you want to become.
Thank you.
Thank you.